animal care coordinator at the Cape Cod Museum of Natural History, and we ran an experiment this year where we hatched horseshoe crabs. We also continued to head start them. We have crabs in this tank here. These are our oldest. They hatched around July the 1st for the majority of them, and they have now moved into, here we see some that are close to, if they were living in the wild, approximately 2 years old. Chronologically, they're still only 11 and a half months. These will be released at Priscilla's Landing in Orleans, where their eggs were laid. This is due to the fact that they have already imprinted as eggs on all of the chemical structures that are in the water, salinity, temperature, and so forth.
So that's them in the eggs, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool.
They'll spin around like that until they hatch, and then when they hatch, they'll kind of go crazy in the water for a few days, and then they'll calm down and go back to the bottom.
Roll down like this, upside down. Crash. Through the magnifying glass, out through the microscope of them. You see these? This is their eyes, compound eyes. And if you turn them over, you can see that they've got all the parts. Here are their book gills, and there's their mouth, and their many legs.
You could hold some of these, even if they are some of the older ones?
Yes.
Okay.
You can.
I would love to see you.
Sure. I'll
Okay.
take a soft
Okay.
net with me and take them out.
Okay.
And, yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to get some of these are baby sucropias.
Oh, wow.
And here we have a number of molts. They're from our earliest ones. You can see some that are very, very tiny right here. Little itsy bitsies, to some of our larger ones. And we try to keep one of each size or two of each size, and you'll notice on the bottom, even as with the adults, they leave everything behind when they walk out the molt. They leave behind their legs, their mouth, their book gills, their telson, everything, and they just walk out, and they come out approximately 33% bigger. And they are ready to go. And there they are. They walk out. This is just a molt. Mm-hmm. It's not dead. And it's actually made of the same thing our fingernails are made out of, and our hair is made out of Chittenden. So there you go. And these are our itsies. These are ones that are really hard to see. They're very tiny. They've just hatched in the last month or so, 2 months. Some of them are only, just the very tip of my pinky fingernail. But when they did count them, they came up with 506 in here. So as you can see, I've had to move them in larger and larger tanks. Where is that here?
Go ahead.
This is the mouth right in here. And this is the little legs that take the food and put it in the mouth. The mouth, if you want to use something that you can visualize, take 2 little brushes nail brushes. They rub the food in between there, these little brushes, and scrub it apart basically and swallow it. They do not take pieces and rip it off like a true crab would. Okay? These are much more closely related to spiders and scorpions, but we don't have scorpions. So I'm just going to say spiders. And they actually just suck it in there and rub it apart to pieces. Now this is a little cracked, but to get the idea, what they do is they pump their entire body full of water, and when it gets big enough, this front end pops open, and they're able to walk right out between these two pieces. And everything goes with them. They have eyes that go with them. They'll leave their lungs, which are book gills. They'll leave the ones here and have a whole new set of legs with them, a mouth right here. Everything goes with them.
And how
They'll
many
have a brand new
molts
set.
do they do in a year?
Usually in a year, if they're out in the wild, it's approximately 6 molts.
Okay.
These guys, since they're being pushed, they're getting fed every day. The only thing that they have is an overcrowding problem. They don't usually live this closely to each other. So that's their only thing. We keep moving them into different tanks. We started with one tank, we now have 3